Hey, Xiomy here. So I hope that you've had a good start for 2016. I'm gonna do my list of my top 10 most anticipated books for 2016. Now, a lot of these books are first installments to the series, to any series that I'm going to mention. Some of them, there might be one or two that's like the second or third book probably, but all of these are like the first installment of series, and I want to get into it because there are a lot of them. I'm going to be looking at my notes every now and then just because I am going blind into every single one of these books, well, some of these books, and I know a little bit about them, but I want to get into them. And they all intrigue me. Every single one of them intrigued me and captivated me. I am going to be honest, some of them, or one or two of them, captivated me because of the cover, but that's just me. Okay, number 10 would definitely be The Star Maiden by MJ Melrose. Now, what intrigued me about this was the fact that this is going to be like scientific-ish probably, because there are three unearthly beings that come to Earth and they're looking for this girl. Now, what do they want with her? We have no idea. That's what intrigued me the most. I mean, there are three guys that are coming to Earth to look for one woman. Now, it does describe them as one being romantic, one is a narcissist, and one is dangerous. So these are odd combinations of three guys, looking for one girl. She is 18 years old. Her name is Tilly Rose, and she does have the notion that she can, like, she's having visions of past lives of nobility and whatnot. So it's kind of interesting just because it does say that it has dangerous secrets and alluring mysteries. So it did captivate me because of that notion. I mean, like, why are they looking for her? I mean, just this one girl. I mean, is she important in their lives? Is she, going to be their queen in that world? I don't know. It did intrigue me because of that notion. And I hope that it's good. I hope it's a good book. It does come out in July, so I have plenty of time for that. Number 9 is Sword and Verse by Kathy Macmillan. This book intrigued me the most just because of the fact that literacy is illegal and only certain people are allowed to communicate with the gods or know the language of the gods, and that's kings, princes, tutors in training. Now, we do have our main character who is Ryza, and she has been taught how to read. And what intrigued me the most was the fact that, she was selected to be the new tutor because the one previous to her was killed. And there is a secret romance like brewing between her and the prince. What is intriguing is that she's approached by the resistance and they want to liberate their people. And it's basically like she's torn between, what to do. Is she's gonna stay with the prince, which she's having a romantic feelings with, or is she gonna go to the resistance and like liberate her people? That's what really did intrigue me about the synopsis of this book, and I can't wait. It does come out in January, so it is an early reading. I did order it. I did pre-order it, so I hope that's amazing. It sounds incredible. Like I said, the fact that literacy is illegal, it just, it mind-blowed me. How can literacy be illegal? But that's what really did, like, grab my attention about that book, and I hope it's amazing. Number 8 would be Flamecaster by Cynthia Williams Chimes. Now, this is basically that Ash, he has a powerful gift of magic, and he's also in hiding because of some deaths that have been happening. And there's also this woman called Jenna Badalo. I'm not pronouncing any last names if I'm gonna butcher them. So her name is Jenna, and what's mysterious about her is that she has like a mark on the back of her neck, and the king's guards all of a sudden are looking for someone like her. And it's basically like these both worlds are going to intertwine, which is Ash and Jenna, and it's like kind of intriguing to see what's going to happen with them. Are they going to fall in love? I'm a sucker for romance, but it was kind of intriguing. It's also said that it's set in the world of the Seven Realms. I've never read that series, but the book did sound interesting, and it comes out in April, so I can't wait for April. I'm gonna say that also the cover did intrigue me a lot, so that's kind of what drew me even more to it. And like finding out what's gonna happen between these two, especially that he has magic, and she has this mark on her. Like, what is that mark? What is it referring to? And why are they hunting her? These are intriguing questions that I want to know. So that's why it kind of caught my attention. Now, number 7 is The Shadow Queen by C.J. Redwine. Now, this is the first book in the Ravenspire series. What did intrigue me was the fact that Lorelai, she is the crown princess and also a fugitive at large. Her main goal and her only goal is to kill or find the Wicked Queen, because the Wicked Queen took both the life of her father and the Ravenspire throne. What's intriguing is that she has to be even more, powerful than the queen. There's this prince called Cole, and what he wants is magic. For some notion, right, he does go to her and he promises to become her huntsman, and she wants Lorelai's heart. Now what's funny is that, as some things always happen, he's sent to kill her and to retrieve her heart, but it's like he's falling in love with her because as it's stated, she's something he's never seen before. She's very different, she's beautiful, she's fierce, she's unstoppable, as it's stated in the synopsis. What did intrigue me was the fact that two queens with magic in them are gonna go against each other, and that was what intrigued me the most about it. So I am looking forward to The Shadow Queen by CJ Redwine, and I hope it's amazing. It comes out in February, so I can't wait for that. Number 6 would be Assassin's Heart by Sarah Ahiers. This intrigued me just for the fact that there are 9 rival families that are assassins, and obviously they assassinate people for a price. And there is this 17-year-old girl who's called Leah, and one day she wakes up to find all her family dead, and she's blaming their enemy, and their enemy are the Davias. The problem is that she falls for one of the Davias, and he's called Val, and this is clouding her judgment. So it's kind of intriguing to know what she's gonna do. Is she gonna stay with this guy that's like luring her and like captivating her attention because she's like falling for him, or she's gonna do her job as an assassin and kill the Davias because that's who she thinks, or the ones who killed her family. But it is intriguing because what if the Davias didn't kill her father or her parents and it was somebody else. So that's kind of what intrigued me about it, and the fact that it deals with assassins, I'm like kind of into that. Ever since Into the Badlands, like messed my mind. It just messed my mind. Number 5 would be Rayna Shadow by Sophie Jordan. What does intrigue me about this is the fact that there's a total eclipse and it brings the kingdom into darkness, and this evil chancellor decides to kill both the king and queen and seize their throne. Now the princess is supposedly lost and she's being held, or she's hidden in a tower, but she does discover this archer, this mysterious archer, as he's explained. His name is Fowler, and their lives like basically mesh into one another. So it's kind of intriguing, like, do they fall in love with one another? Does she go into her kingdom and reclaim her throne? Does she even know that she's a princess? I think she does, because it does state that she depends on the world believing that she's dead. So it's kind of intriguing to know that if she does know that she's a princess, if she doesn't know that she's a princess, what's she gonna do? Is she gonna claim her throne? Because this evil chancellor did murder both her mother and father, which are the king and queen. So that's what kind of like intrigued me more towards this book, and the cover, I like it. Number 4 in my list would be Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. I haven't read the first book, but it does sound intriguing with the silver and the reds, I think. So hopefully I'll like the first book when I get my hands on it to read it. It is on my TBR, and the second book I won't buy it in February, but it is on my list to read in 2016. My third book would be Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. Now this book has intrigued me since the first moment I heard about it, honestly. And it's basically about friendship. You have 2 witches. One is a truth witch and one is a thread witch. The truth witch is Safiya, and she can discern truth from lie. And there is Iwet, which she is a thread witch, and she can see the untethered bonds between people, but she can't see her own bonds with other people. And that was something that was intriguing, and I really did love the fact that it is about friendship and not. And it is intriguing because they do want to like become free from the lives that they have, and they just want to live a free life. And that was something that intrigued me. The problem is that there is a blood witch on their hunt, and because they want to find Safiya, which she is a truth witch, and she is going to be highly acclaimed if people actually do claim her. So this book is really intriguing. I can't wait to read it. And I'm saying that I have like a trend in these books, that they deal with either assassins, death, witchery, magic, fantasy. My book number 2 is one that I have been highly waiting, highly anticipated. Now this is the 3rd book in the Remnant Chronicles installment, and I can't wait to read this book. It's The Beauty of Darkness by Marie E. Pearson. I fell in love with the first book. I am intrigued by the second. The second was just the best. Honestly, it was so amazing to read and I loved it. And I can't wait for the third installment. I can't wait to this series. It's gonna be sad for it to be over, but like finally knowing what's gonna happen is what's intriguing me even the most. So I can't wait for The Beauty of Darkness to come out. And it is gonna come out in August, so it's gonna be my birthday gift. Now, my number uno, is the one book that I have been waiting for since 2015, and I was so mad that it was pulled to 2016. And that is obviously Dark Artifices by Cassandra Clare, Lady Midnight. Now, if you did read City of Heavenly Fire, you do know our main characters were introduced there. Now, this is 5 years after the Mortal Instruments Dark War that happened, and here we get to learn even more about Emma Carstairs and the Blackthorns, Julian Blackthorn, which he is her Parvati. And this book honestly is my number one book. I can't wait till March. It has intrigued me since the beginning, and you know, it's even more amazing to read about her because I did love the bits and pieces that were introduced in City of Heavenly Fire about Emma and about the rest of the Blackthorn family. And you know, for her to discover even more like what happened to her family, because we do know her family was killed, and that's what she wants. She wants to set out on a goal to see what happened to her family and who killed her family, and to see how everything transpires is just, it's gonna be amazing. This is my number one book that's mostly anticipated for a read. I don't know, let me know which are your books for 2016 because I am excited for 2016. I want to thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.